Sometimes a single sentence changes everything. A woman can walk away from you, ignore you, pretend she doesn't care, argue with you, shut down emotionally, and still the right words at the right time can touch something in her that nothing else could. And the strange part is, it's never the fancy words. It's never the dramatic lines you see in movies. It's never the big poetic speeches. It's always something simple, something real, something she feels deep in her chest before she even understands it in her mind. Because a woman doesn't respond to the words alone. She responds to the energy behind them. She responds to the intention. She responds to the place inside you where those words were born. So let me ask you something. Have you ever said the right thing but it still fell flat? You said the right words but she didn't come closer. You tried to be sweet but she moved further away. You tried to explain yourself but she shut down even more. Sometimes it makes you feel like nothing you say ever works. But here's the truth most men never hear. Words only touch a woman when they touch something inside you first. When your words come from a place of desperation, she feels that. When your words come from fear, she feels that. When your words come from ego, she feels that too. But when your words come from honesty, calmness, and depth, a woman can't resist that. Not because she is weak, not because she is emotional, but because her heart is wired to respond to authenticity. Her nervous system reacts to presence, not performance. This is why some men with very simple words can move a woman's heart, while other men with perfect lines can't move anything at all. And today, buddy, I want to show you exactly why. I want you to understand how simple words, spoken the right way, can soften a defensive woman, calm an angry woman, open a closed woman, and pull an emotionally distant woman close again. Not by manipulation, not by tricks, but by the kind of emotional maturity she rarely sees in her life. Before we go deeper, buddy, if you're listening right now, take 1 second and comment where you're watching from. It helps your mind stay present and engaged, and it also helps the channel grow, so thank you for doing that. Now let's continue. There is a moment in every woman's heart when she stops listening to your words and starts listening to your truth. And many times the truth inside you is louder than the words you speak. A woman doesn't fall for a man because he knows what to say. She falls for him because he means what he says. She falls for the way he looks at her when he says it. She falls for the calmness in his voice. She falls for the steadiness in his energy. She falls for the feeling that he is not trying to win, not trying to impress, not trying to control. He's just honest. And honesty is a force. Honesty is something every woman recognizes, even if she can't explain it. Let me tell you a small story that many men quietly relate to. A man once told me, Sadia, I told her I loved her, I told her I cared, I told her she was important, but nothing worked. But when I asked him how he said it, his face changed, because he realized he didn't say those words from a calm heart. He said them from panic. He said them because he was scared she'd leave. He said them because he needed her reaction to fix his fear. And women feel that pressure. They feel when your words are carrying your anxiety. And anxiety never pulls a woman closer. It pushes her away. Now imagine another man, very quiet, very simple, he doesn't say too much, but when he does speak, every word has weight, not because he rehearsed it, not because he is trying to be perfect, but because he is not hiding from himself. He is not using words to get a reaction. His words are clean. He says things like, I'm here, or I care, or I won't force you, or I understand, and a woman feels safe. She feels her chest soften. She feels her guard dropping even if she tries to hold it up. Because simple truth creates safety. Safety creates attraction. Attraction creates connection. There are certain words that carry this energy. But before I tell you the exact words that women can't resist, you need to understand the emotional soil these words grow in. Without the right emotional soil, the words won't work. They will sound empty. They will sound forced. They will sound like you're expecting something in return, and that kills the effect instantly. Many men speak from their head. Women hear words from their heart. So when a man is speaking from thoughts, she feels disconnected. But when he speaks from awareness, she feels seen. And women crave to be seen, not praised, not convinced, not corrected, seen. So now let's talk about the first kind of words women can't resist. They are words that communicate presence. A presence that says, I am here right now. I'm not thinking about winning. I'm not protecting my ego. I'm not performing. I'm just here. When a man speaks like this, a woman feels something that she cannot ignore, even if she tries. Let me show you what I mean through a simple example. Imagine a woman is upset. Most men panic. They say too much. They rush to fix her feelings. They argue. They talk fast. They try to convince her why she is wrong. They try to protect themselves from blame. But a man with presence says something very different. He says, I hear you. And he means it. He's not agreeing with her. He's not apologizing for things he didn't do. He's simply showing that he is not running from the moment. And when a woman hears those words, I hear you, and she feels that he actually does, it disarms her. It creates emotional space. It gives her room to breathe, room to open, room to soften, because deep inside, every woman wants a man who doesn't disappear the moment she has feelings. Another set of words women can't resist are words that communicate emotional clarity. Women don't need men who figure it out later. They want men who know what they feel and are not scared to say it in simple ways. You don't need poetry. You don't need big romantic phrases. Just clean truth like, I care about you is enough, but only if you mean it. Only if you're not using it as a tool to get something. If it's honest, it hits her heart immediately. If it's manipulation, she feels it instantly. Women have emotional radar. They don't always know what they want, but they always know what they don't trust. So when you speak with emotional clarity, she trusts you. And trust creates attraction stronger than looks, money, or charm. There is another type of words that women respond to deeply, and this one surprises many men. These are words that signal emotional responsibility. A man who can say, I understand where I could have done better without collapsing into shame and without attacking her is rare. A man who can say, that wasn't fair to you, or I see how that made you feel, without trying to escape. That man stands out. These words show a woman that she doesn't have to fight to be heard. When she doesn't have to fight, she stops fighting. When she stops fighting, she can connect. When she can connect, she can love. Many men think women want perfect men. They don't. They want aware men. They want conscious men. They want men who are not afraid of their own feelings. Because a man who is afraid of his own feelings will always be afraid of hers. Now I want to bring you into a deeper emotional truth. Women don't resist the words. They resist the fear underneath the words. So when you speak with fear, even soft words push her away. But when you speak with calmness, even simple words pull her close. For example, when a woman feels insecure, she becomes distant. Most men chase even harder. They send longer messages. They explain themselves too much. They talk in circles. They ask unnecessary questions. They make everything 10 times heavier. But the man who truly understands female psychology says something completely different. He says, it's okay, take your time. These 4 words have more power than 20 paragraphs because these words tell her, you don't need to rush, you don't need to pretend, you don't need to protect yourself from me. And when she feels that, she relaxes. She starts coming back on her own because women move toward emotional safety like flowers move toward sunlight. Another set of words that women find irresistible are words that show steady intention, not desperate intention, not clingy intention, steady intention. Words like, I'm not going anywhere, said calmly with no pressure, no emotional demand, no expectation. This hits differently because women are tired of men who leave at the first sign of difficulty, tired of men who say sweet things but disappear later, tired of men who who only stay when everything is perfect. A man who says, I'm not going anywhere, in a gentle, grounded tone is rare, and rare energy pulls a woman close even when she tries to resist. Let me pause here and remind you of something important. Words work only when your energy doesn't betray them. If you say, take your time, but inside you're panicking, she feels it. If you say, I care about you, but inside you're trying to control her reaction, she feels it. But if your energy and your words match, she feels safe. And when a woman feels safe in your presence, she responds in ways you don't expect. Women don't resist good men. They resist anxious men, unsure men, emotional boys. But when she meets a man who is calm and aware, even if he uses simple words, she melts. Buddy, before we continue to part 2, where I'll reveal the most powerful sentences a woman can't resist and why they work so deeply, make sure you subscribe to the channel if this message is opening something inside you. It helps you and it helps us create more content that actually serves your growth. When a woman hears a man speak with calm honesty, something inside her shifts without permission. Even if she wanted to stay guarded, even if she told herself she doesn't care, even if she tried to walk away, her body listens before her mind does. And that's the part most men don't understand. A woman reacts to your energy first, your tone second, your words last. So when you speak from a peaceful place inside you, your words go in deeper. They reach the parts of her she doesn't show anyone. They touch the quiet places she keeps hidden, and that's why certain words, when spoken with truth, feel irresistible to her. Let's go deeper into the kinds of words that carry this power. And remember, none of this is about manipulation. It's not about tricking her. It's about speaking with emotional maturity, the kind she rarely sees. It's about giving her what her heart has been waiting for. And when you understand this, you'll realize that you don't need to say a lot. You just need to say the right things in the right way, from the right place inside you. There is one sentence men underestimate, but women feel instantly. It's when you say, I'm listening, not I'm hearing, not I understand, not okay, fine, but I'm listening. These words tell her that she doesn't have to fight for your attention. She doesn't have to raise her voice. She doesn't have to shut down. Just the way you say it can stop her anxiety. Because women don't want perfect men. They want men who can stay calm enough to actually listen. Women have gone through years of speaking and not being heard. They've cried and someone said, yo, you're overreacting. They expressed their fears and someone said, stop being dramatic. They opened their heart and someone said, I don't care. So when a man looks at her with a steady presence and says, I'm listening, she feels something she didn't expect to feel. She feels valued without needing to perform. She feels accepted without needing to hide. She feels seen without needing to prove anything. Another set of words that go straight into a woman's heart are the ones that show emotional patience. When you tell a woman, you don't need to rush with me, you are giving her a kind of safety she doesn't get often. Because seriously, buddy, you have no idea how many women move through life feeling like everything is a race. Their emotions, their healing, their relationships. And when a man tries to push her feelings faster than she can handle, she shuts down. But when she hears a man say, take your time, I'm not in a hurry, she breathes. Her emotional body relaxes. She can open slowly. And when a woman opens slowly, she opens fully. Let me show you something else. Women melt when a man says something that reveals clarity without pressure. A sentence like, I'm here for you, but I won't force you, holds a balance between intention and freedom. It tells her, I care, but I don't own you. I want you, but I won't chase you. I feel for you, but I won't attach myself to your moods. This is emotional balance. Women crave this balance because most men lean too far into neediness or too far into coldness. They either smother her or shut her out. But the man who speaks from balance, she can't resist him. He becomes the man she thinks about at night. the man she compares others to, the man she doesn't want to lose. There is also something powerful about a man who can speak simple truth with no ego. Words like, "That hurt you, didn't it?" sound small, but they show emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is extremely attractive to women, not because it makes you soft, not because it makes you a nice guy, but because it shows you're grown enough to hold space for her pain without running from it or trying to fix it too fast. Women don't need rescuers. They need witnesses. They need men who can sit with their emotions without turning into a frightened boy. There are also words that women can't resist because they reflect strength without aggression. When a man says, "I'm not afraid of feelings," it may sound unusual, but it hits her heart. Because women get scared of men who get scared of emotions. When a man becomes shaky, defensive, or angry every time something emotional comes up, she loses trust. She feels like she can't be vulnerable with him. But when a man calmly says, "Feelings don't scare me," her mind relaxes instantly. She knows she's with someone who won't crumble when life gets real. And that's rare, buddy. Very rare. These sentences work not because they're clever, but because they remove fear. They make her emotional world feel safe. They make her feel like she can speak without getting judged. They make her feel like her emotions will not push you away. And when a woman feels safe with you emotionally, she starts investing emotionally. She starts trusting. She starts opening doors she closed for years. Let me give you one of the most powerful lines a woman really cannot resist when said at the right time with the right energy. "You matter to me." These 3 words are simple, but they carry a depth that breaks through her walls because they answer the question every woman secretly has. Am I important to him? Not important because of what she does. Not important because she fits some role. Important because she exists. Important because of her presence. Important because she is part of your emotional world. But here's the catch. If you say, "You matter to me," while you're emotionally unstable, she feels pressure. It will feel like a trap to her. But if you say it calmly, with no attempt to force her to respond in a certain way, those words sit inside her like warm light. She might even pretend she didn't react. She might look away. She might act normal. But inside, she felt it. Another line women can't resist is when you say, "I won't leave because things got hard." This line is powerful because women have been abandoned emotionally and physically more times than you can imagine. Many women learn to hide their softness because they were punished for opening up. So when you show emotional loyalty, not blind loyalty, but grounded loyalty, it unlocks something in her. She realizes she doesn't have to walk on eggshells around you. She realizes you won't disappear the moment she has a bad day or makes a mistake. This makes her feel safe to love you. Women don't give their hearts to the best talker. They give their hearts to the safest man. Let's go deeper into the psychology behind all of this. A woman's emotional nervous system reacts to tone more than to meaning. That's why a man can say something beautiful, but she still doesn't feel it. But when a man speaks slowly, with steadiness, and from a grounded place, even simple words become strong. Women don't want your performance. They want your presence. They don't want your perfect sentence. They want your steady energy. They want you to speak from your center, not your fear. And to do that, you need to know yourself first. This is why I always tell men, a woman can only feel you when you feel yourself. If you're disconnected from your own truth, she can't connect to you either. If you're unsure inside, she feels unsure with you. But when you're calm inside, she feels calm around you. When you're honest inside, she feels honesty from you. When you're grounded inside, she feels safe enough to drop her guard. There's another kind of words women find irresistible. These are words that show boundaries without being rude. When you calmly say, "I won't argue like this," or "I'm not okay with being spoken to like that," you teach her that you respect yourself. Women love men with gentle boundaries, not harsh ones, not controlling ones, gentle boundaries, because they show emotional discipline. They tell her you won't lose yourself in the relationship. They tell her you won't collapse into her moods. And a man who doesn't collapse into a woman's moods becomes a man she trusts deeply. Attraction grows in the presence of boundaries. Love grows in the presence of emotional safety. And emotional safety starts with the way you speak. Now let's talk about the difference between words that chase and words that attract. Most men talk in ways that chase a woman. They talk to get reassurance. They talk to get a reaction. They talk to fix the discomfort they feel inside. They talk from a place of lack. But the man who talks from a place of fullness doesn't need to chase. His words pull naturally. They make her curious. They make her feel safe. They make her think about him when she's alone. There is one more sentence that women can't resist when spoken at the right moment. You're safe with me. Not safe in a physical way only, but emotionally safe. Safe to speak, safe to feel, safe to be human. When you say, you're safe with me, and you actually mean it, she feels her entire guard dissolve. Because women don't fall in love when they feel excited. They fall in love when they feel safe. Another powerful line that works deeply is, tell me what's going on inside you. This shows interest without pressure. It shows care without trying to fix her. It tells her, I'm here to understand, not to debate. And women open up in front of men who want to understand, not win. When a woman opens up, she bonds. When she bonds, her heart invests. When she invests, she gives you a kind of connection other men never get. Let me share one more emotional truth most men never hear. Women fall for men who speak with emotional clarity, steady strength, and gentle compassion. Not soft men, not weak men, not loud men, not arrogant men, calm, grounded men. So when you speak from a steady heart, your words carry weight even if they're simple. And buddy, remember something important. Your tone teaches her how to feel around you. Your energy teaches her how safe she is. Your honesty teaches her how much she can trust you. Your boundaries teach her how much you respect yourself. When your words come from all these places, she can't resist them. Not because she's easily influenced, but because she's deeply wired to respond to presence. Now, as we reach the end of this script, I want you to carry something with you. A woman doesn't resist love. She resists instability. A woman doesn't resist connection. She resists pressure. A woman doesn't resist truth. She resists fear. So when you speak with a calm heart, a clear mind, and an honest soul, your words become something she feels, not something she filters. And before we close, let me ask you something personal. If this message touched you or opened your eyes even a little, take 1 second to write "I'm growing" in the comments below. It helps you stay committed to your own emotional growth, and it helps this channel reach more people who need this truth. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do that right now, buddy, because more videos like this are coming, and I don't want you to miss any message that can shift your relationships, your mind, and your emotional strength. Thank you for watching. Take this message with you. Speak from a calm heart. Speak with steady truth. Speak in ways that make a woman feel safe, not scared, and watch how everything changes.